My dear child, from the beginning of time, I've been whispering to your spirit, stirring within you a story that no sorrow, no mistake, no shadow can ever finally silence. Your story isn't over, though your heart might feel clouded by doubt or burdened by wounds that seem too heavy for your shoulders alone to carry. I know the depths of your pain, the quiet places where despair tries to take root, and the moments when you question if the light will ever shine again. Yet here I am, with hands stretched wide to catch you when you falter, and eyes that have seen all of your yesterdays, wrapped in the promise of unfailing compassion and hope. In the stillness of your soul's late nights, where the silence feels loud and your thoughts echo with the weight of unspoken dreams, I am there. I am the voice that calls through the tempest, inviting you to remember that your narrative is woven with threads of divine purpose and eternal hope. I see beyond your failures and regrets, beyond the moments that whispered, "This is the end." For there is no conclusion written in your life's pages, but the ones you live and breathe each day with courage and faith. My dear, you are not the sum of your stumbles. You are a masterpiece in progress, shaped by grace, refined by love. Your story is held in my hands, secure from every threat of loss or despair. Like the greatest storyteller, I orchestrate every event, every twist and turn, even the chapters that feel broken or incomplete. There's grandeur in the unfinished, beauty in the struggle, meaning in the pauses that sometimes stretch far longer than you wish. Your scars are not markers of defeat, but emblems of survival and testament to a journey that's far from over. I have written hope into your DNA, breathed resilience into your spirit, and planted the seeds of joy that will bloom in their appointed season. Beloved, do not allow the enemy's lies to convince you that your narrative is exhausted or your worth depleted. I'm calling you now, gently but relentlessly, to anchor yourself in this truth. Your life story is a sacred song, a living testimony that the darkest chapters are preludes to more glorious dawns. When you feel like closing the book out of weariness or despair, remember my promise that this is not the final word. There is resurrection in your breath, revival in your tears, and boundless new mercies awaiting your open heart. I am closer than your next breath, closer than the beat of your own heart, and I am inviting you to entrust every fragment of your story to me, especially those parts you believe are too damaged or shameful to bring before the light. Come, lay down your doubts and fears at my feet. Let your heart rise from the ashes of yesterday's failures, lifted by the certainty that I am rewriting your path even now. If your soul feels stirring, hesitant yet hopeful, do not turn away. Lean into my embrace, take my hand, and walk with me through the unwritten pages still ahead. Your journey is not a tale of ended hopes, but a living chronicle of grace unfolding. Let this truth settle deep within your spirit today. Your story isn't over. Far from it. It is a divine saga, etched into eternity, and I am with you every step, every breath, every heartbeat. The next chapter awaits, beloved. Will you believe me this time? My beloved, I see the burdens you carry deep within your heart, the silent struggles that weigh heavily upon your soul. The wounds of past mistakes and the echoes of harsh words spoken over you have etched themselves like shadows on your spirit. I have witnessed the nights when tears flowed freely in the solitude of your room, where despair tried to silence hope. Yet even in those darkest hours, know that my presence never left you. I am near, closer than the very breath that fills your lungs, unwavering and patient beyond your understanding. There is a sacred space within me, where all your pain is held tenderly, without judgment or condemnation. I have seen the confusion as you grapple with feelings of unworthiness and the haunting voice of guilt that whispers, lies about your value. My dear child, this tension you experience, the tug between who you are in me and the weight of past failures, is a part of the journey that refines you. It does not define you. Like the refined gold, through the fire your spirit is being purified, not by destruction, but through my gentle and persistent love. In these moments when you feel broken, when the silent ache threatens to overwhelm, I am speaking to you with a voice softer than a whisper, but louder than the roar of the storms around you. I am inviting you to come into the stillness and breathe in the truth of my forgiveness and acceptance. The past, no matter how harrowing, is not your prison. I am the one who breaks chains with a love so powerful, no regret or sorrow can hold you bound forever. I know that sometimes the silence seems unbearable, and it feels as if your prayers are lost in a vast emptiness. But even in the waiting, I am working, shaping, and preparing you for a future imbued with my hope. My timing is perfect, though it may challenge your patience. This wait is not an absence, but a sacred space for your soul to be knit closer to mine, where trust is forged and dependence upon me deepens. I am not distant. My love does not waver, and my plan for you remains glorious. Reflect, my dear, on the countless times I have restored what felt once irreparably broken. Your life is no different. Each scar, each tear, each whisper of pain is held in the embrace of my mercy. You are not forgotten. I am here now, inviting you to rest in the assurance that I am mending your heart piece by piece, weaving your brokenness into a tapestry of my divine handiwork. If your heart is trembling with the hope of healing, do not conceal it beneath layers of doubt. Step forward into my light now. Feel my hand reaching out, bridging the chasm between your fear and my unfailing grace. Let this moment be a turning point where you release the heavy burdens you have carried alone for too long. Allow me to carry them for you. You are beloved beyond measure, cherished in every fiber of your being. I am the refuge when the world feels cold, the shelter in the storm. Trust in my presence that steadies your footsteps when the path is unclear or treacherous. You are never alone, and your soul's cries have not gone unheard. Surrender to this divine embrace, knowing that my patience with you is infinite. I am not waiting for you to be perfect. I am waiting for the moment you will let me be perfect for you. Bring your wounded heart here, and in my presence, find the renewal that only I can give. Will you believe me this time? My dear child, I see the quiet battles you face within, the moments where doubt seems to whisper that you are too broken to be loved, too flawed for forgiveness, too far gone from grace to be restored. But I want you to know, deep inside your heart, that your identity is beautifully and irrevocably woven into who I am. You are not defined by your mistakes or the times you stumbled into shadows. You are marked by the redemptive power of my love, which never falters and always seeks to bring you back to the fullness of life. This truth stands firm, like a mighty oak whose roots run deep beneath the surface of every regret and shame you carry. When you sift through your memories and feel the weight of guilt pressing down on your soul, remember that I do not count your failures against you in the way the world might. I see the tears you have not yet wept, the burdens you've carried in silence, and the sincere desire within you to rise again. I am not distant or indifferent, but patiently close, tenderly watching over you with healing hands. I am the shepherd who finds the lost lamb, the potter who crafts beauty from broken clay. You are my masterpiece, cherished beyond measure, and your worth is not determined by what you have done, but by what you are, my beloved child. It is easy for your heart to become a battleground where shame and self-reproach wage war against hope and trust. Yet I invite you to lay down your weapons and surrender your false narratives to me. Allow my forgiveness to wash over you like a river of grace that never runs dry. There is no place too dark, no sin too great, that my mercy cannot reach. When you feel unworthy, remind yourself that I declared you worthy the moment I formed you with purpose and love. Your past does not write your future. I hold the pen, and I am always writing a story of redemption and new beginnings for you. Healing is not an overnight gift or a sudden eruption of joy. It is a journey, a delicate unfolding of my presence in your life. Like the tender shoots that emerge after the long winter, so too will your heart heal in my timing. I am near you in the quiet spaces where you feel broken. My spirit breathes restoration into your wounds that you cannot yet see. Trust me to nurture your soul with patience as I knit you back together with threads of grace. Your healing is not for show, but it is real and lasting. Do not rush past the seasons of restoration, for they prepare you to stand stronger in your purpose. The weight of guilt can become a veil that dims your vision, but I am the light that pierces through every dark corner of your heart. When you feel overwhelmed by self-recrimination, lift your eyes to me. I see the beautiful struggle you endure to release yourself from chains forged by your own hands. I am here to break those chains, not with condemnation, but with the gentle power of love that transforms even the hardest hearts. My love is not contingent on your perfection. It is constant, faithful, and unfailing. Let this truth settle in you. You are more than your regrets because you are mine. Do not shy away from me out of fear that you will be rejected. In my embrace, there is no rejection, only restoration. When you come to me, however broken, I do not look at the fragments and walk away. I bend down and gather every shard of your soul, fitting them together piece by piece until you are whole again. I am the healer of every wound and the comforter of every sorrow. You are not alone, beloved. My heart beats in rhythm with yours, longing to fill every empty space with peace. Let my love be the balm that soothes your weary spirit. I understand the depth of your pain and the heaviness of your burden. You don't have to carry it alone or pretend that everything is fine. Come to me with all your scars laid bare. I am not angered by your weakness or frustrated by your frailty. Instead, I meet you with tenderness that surpasses all understanding. My arms are wide open, ready to receive you just as you are. It is in this presence that healing begins, not through your strength, but through my grace. I promise to be patient with each faltering step you take toward restoration. You may wonder if forgiveness is truly for you. Perhaps you have forgiven others, yet struggle to forgive yourself. Know that my forgiveness is a gift freely given and a constant invitation to start anew. Holding on to guilt is like walking with a heavy, invisible burden that I never intended for you to bear. When you allow me to forgive you, I'm removing that weight from your shoulders. This act of forgiveness is not just about erasing mistakes. It is about reclaiming your freedom and dignity as my beloved. Will you allow yourself to be free in my grace today? The journey from guilt to forgiveness and healing is one of deep transformation. It requires humility to acknowledge your need for me, courage to lay down false self-condemnation, and hope to trust in my power to renew your heart. The process may seem slow, and at times you might feel lost along the way, but I am the companion who never leaves your side. I am the gentle hand that steadies you when you falter, and the steady light that guides you back when you stray. With each breath, remember that you are never beyond the reach of my love and forgiveness. Do not be discouraged by your past, nor surrender to the lies of shame that scream louder than my voice of truth. I call you my beloved child, perfect in my eyes, and worthy of all the good things I have prepared for you. Healing is your inheritance. and restoration is your birthright. Embrace the journey with courage and faith, knowing that I walk with you every step of the way. If your heart is stirring with this hope, do not turn away. Let this moment be the beginning of a new chapter, where my love renews and restores all that has been broken. Open your heart to receive my healing love today. Trust me to remake you from the inside out, to cover your shame with mercy, and to cloak your soul with peace. My restoration is not partial or temporary. It is divine, transformative, and eternal. You are a precious child of the Most High, held in a love that knows no limits. Will you believe me this time and step into the fullness of the healing I offer? My dear child, I see the heavy burden you carry, the weight of guilt and shame that clings to your soul like a shadow that refuses to lift. I know the moments when you think you are unworthy, when the past feels like a chain tightening around your heart, making you wonder if forgiveness is even possible for you. Let me speak directly to that inner torment, for I am the one who knows every fault, every misstep, every whispered regret within you. And yet I have not turned away. I have not stopped loving you. Guilt is a dark companion, cloaked in regret and self-condemnation. It disguises itself as truth, convincing you that you are defined by your mistakes, that you must carry the weight forever. But this is a lie, crafted to steal your peace and imprison your heart. I am the God of mercy, the one who bore all your sins upon the cross, who sees not only what you have done, but the potential I have placed deep within you. I do not look at your past as your final portrait. I see the child I created in my image, the beloved for whom redemption is alive. Shame is a cruel voice that speaks louder when you feel exposed, when your failures seem laid bare for all to see. It tells you you are less than, broken beyond repair, untouchable by grace. But my beloved, I cover you with a garment woven from my forgiveness. My love is a healing balm pouring over every ache, every scar, every fracture in your spirit. You are not your failures. You are not your regrets. You are my child, washed clean, restored by my unyielding compassion. Remember the prodigal returning home, hesitant with every step, but met with open arms and a joyous heart. That is how I receive you when you come to me with your shame and guilt. I do not ask how far you've fallen. I rejoice in the courage it takes to come back, to lay down your burdens at my feet. If you are wrestling with unforgiveness toward yourself, let me remind you that my forgiveness is complete, whole, and relentless. I call you to release yourself from the prison of condemnation, to let my grace redefine your story. I am patient with you, my dear, even when you struggle to forgive yourself because you fear repeating the same mistakes, because doubt whispers that you are unfixable. But my redemption is not a one-time event. It's a daily invitation to rise, to step forward in faith, to embrace my mercy anew. Healing is a journey, not an instant change, and I walk with you every step of the way. You need not carry your guilt alone anymore. Trust in my ability to transform your brokenness into beauty. The darkness of shame tries to isolate you, to make you feel alone and undeserving of love. But my light is brighter still, ready to pierce through the shadows that cling tightly. I draw near to the shattered heart, to the soul worn thin by regret, to the mind clouded with self-reproach. Stand still for a moment and lean into my presence. Hear my voice whisper over the chaos. You are forgiven. You are loved. You are mine. Let these words take root in your heart and flourish in every quiet space. Do you realize, my child, that every tear you have shed has been noticed by me? They are not wasted. Each drop of sorrow has soaked into the soil of your soul, where I am planting seeds of renewal. Your past doesn't dictate your future. My grace has the power to rewrite the story that shame wants to keep locked away. You are invited to trade the heavy cloak of guilt for the lightness of my forgiveness. This exchange is not only possible, it is my desire for you. If fear has gripped your heart because you think you must earn my forgiveness, know that grace is not a prize to be won, but a gift freely given. You cannot earn it, nor can you lose it. It is steadfast, loyal, and unfailing. Come to me as you are with open hands and a humble heart. I meet you there, and my mercy covers you like a shield. There is freedom waiting for you beyond that struggle with guilt and shame, freedom to live whole, forgiven, and embraced by my everlasting love. Will you allow me to heal the wounds that shame has left behind? Will you step into the light of my forgiveness and surrender the chains that have held your spirit captive? I am ready to wash, renew, and restore. My arms are open wide. Come to me and experience the boundless grace I have prepared for you. Let this truth settle deep within you. You are forgiven. You are cherished. You are my beloved, forever set free. My dear, within the quiet chambers of your heart, where shadows often gather and doubts whisper like a relentless wind, I see you. I see the tremble of uncertainty that stirs your soul, the hesitation that holds your spirit captive, and the heavy cloak of fear that you struggle to cast aside. This fear is not meant to be your companion. It is an echo of the world's confusion, a counterfeit that attempts to mask the radiant truth I have placed within you. Know this: I am the steady anchor in the storms that rise within your mind, the shelter during the nights when worry feels like a relentless tide. Fear is a wall, erected loftily by experiences past, by voices and moments that sowed seeds of doubt and instability. Yet, my beloved, every wall is meant to be climbed, dismantled, or transformed. I call you now to step into a place where that wall begins to crumble, not through your own might, but through the grace that flows from me. When anxiety tightens its grip, remember that I am the breath of life that fills your lungs with courage anew. I'm the dawn that sweeps away the night's illusions, the gentle voice that whispers over the roaring tempest. Peace. When your heart feels like a wild sea, thrashing and fearful, I am the quiet harbor prepared for you to rest. Do not shrink from your fear, but name it, welcome it into my presence. Bring it to me as you would a frightened child, seeking comfort in a parent's arms. I am here, unyielding in my love, unwavering in my care. This love is the lamp lighting the corridors of your soul, revealing the way through the labyrinth of uncertainty. It is not a mere sentiment, but a power that transforms fear into a fortress of faith. I understand the invisible battles you fight, the silent conversations with yourself where you question your worth, your ability, your future. These trials are known to me before the words even form in your mind. I'm not distant, watching from afar. Rather, I'm intimately acquainted with every inner conflict, every tremor of fear. I see the trembling even in the bravest smiles, and I rejoice with you when the strength to face each day is found in the smallest acts of courage. Amid your anxiety, I am cultivating resilience. Your fear is the soil, and faith is the seed, planted deep, waiting to bloom with my help. It is paramount to realize that submission to fear grants it dominion over your life, but surrender to me invites freedom. In your moments of anguish, invite me to be your guide, your hand extended into the darkness. I am the pathway that winds through the valley of shadows, the light that undimmed leads to peace. When you trust me in your fears, you unlock the gates to my peace that surpasses all understanding, a peace not dependent on changing circumstances, but rooted firmly in my presence. The battle against anxiety is not one you wage alone. I am your ally, your defender, your gentle comforter. When doubts swarm, call my name and feel my nearness flood your soul. Even in silence, when words fail you, I hear the unspoken groans of your heart. I am patiently weaving threads of hope and calm into your days. Resistance to fear does not require grand displays of strength, but humble recognition that you need me, my wisdom, my power, my peace. Your transformation begins not in the absence of fear, but through the encounter with me within it. Fear, exposed to my light, loses its terror. Anxiety that is cast upon me becomes a river that refreshes your soul instead of draining it. Embrace this truth. You are not your fear, but the beloved child of the Eternal, fearlessly held and fiercely loved. Will you take a moment now to breathe deeply with me, to step out of the shadows of your mind, and let my peace settle your trembling spirit? Know that this journey through fear is sacred. It is refining your trust, revealing the depths of my presence, and expanding the horizon of your faith. Each time you choose me over your fears, you are stepping into the fullness of the life I've designed for you. An abundant life marked not by absence of difficulty, but by my empowering presence in every struggle. Fear may knock at your door, but faith can open it to my light instead. Allow me to dissolve the chains anxiety has woven and replace them with a spirit of power, love, and sound mind. Let this be your meditation and your anchor. I am with you. I am for you. In the clamor of your fears, I am the quiet voice calling you toward hope. Trust me as you would trust the sunrise to dispel the night, confident that my love will never fail you. Fear is a formidable foe, but my love is more formidable still. Will you trust me this time to carry you beyond the edges of your doubts, to cradle you when your fears feel overwhelming? Breathe in my presence, dear child. Exhale your anxieties, letting each breath draw you deeper into my peace. Let your heart hear the unshakable truth. You are held, you are safe, and you are deeply loved. If your spirit is weary now, lean into me and feel the strengthening flow of my grace restoring the courage you thought lost. Will you come to me when your heart is trembling, allowing my steadfast love to be your refuge? Let this promise take root and flourish in your soul today. Beloved, there are moments in your journey where the night seems endless, where the silence around you feels deafening. It is in these moments of divine quiet that your spirit is stretched and your heart wrestles with the tension of waiting. I know how deep this waiting can burrow into your bones, making time itself appear a slow, agonizing companion. Yet understand this, I am always present in the waiting. I am weaving unseen threads of my grace and purpose through every silent hour. My dear child, waiting is not an absence, but a sacred space where I prepare your soul for what is to come. Just as the seed must quiet itself underground, wrapped in darkness before bursting forth with life, so too does your spirit need this season of stillness to mature in my presence. I hear the sighs of your heart and see the eager anticipation that stirs within your being. Your longing is not forgotten. It is a song that rises softly, yet persistently, before my throne. The tension you feel in this waiting is the tension of growth, of transformation. Like the delicate stretch of a bowstring before releasing its arrow, your soul is being drawn toward destiny. It is in this moment, when hope seems fragile and time seems cruel, that you are learning to trust me more deeply, to surrender control and accept that my timing is perfect beyond your comprehension. The pause is not punishment, nor is it a sign of my neglect. Rather, it is the space I use to shape you into a vessel worthy of carrying the blessings and callings I have designed uniquely for you. I see the shadows of doubt creeping at the edges of your heart. You wonder if I have forgotten you, or if your prayers have fallen on deaf heavens. Know that your silence is heard, your tears witnessed, your longing acknowledged. I'm moving in ways your eyes cannot yet perceive. The work I do beneath the surface is essential. It strengthens your roots so you will not wither when the storms come. Your waiting is not in vain. It is fertile ground from which new life will emerge. Pause now and breathe deeply in my presence. Feel the tender pulse of my heartbeat enveloping you. As the night sky holds countless stars, so does my love contain endless promises. Each star, a flicker of hope, a reminder that light prevails beyond the darkness. You are not alone in this season of waiting. Your story is intertwined with mine. Your hope is anchored in my unchanging faithfulness. I invite you to release your anxieties into my hands. The weight you carry is too heavy for you alone, but together we carry it with grace. Embrace this silent season not as a void, but as a sacred opportunity to listen more intently to my voice, to know me more intimately than ever before. It is a time to surrender your fears and anxieties, transforming them into prayers that rise like incense before me. Your patience now is a sacred act of faith. In the quiet moments, allow your soul to be still, to rest confidently in the certainty that I am working all things for your good. Even when the answer seems delayed, even when the path feels unclear, hold fast to the truth that I am with you. Though the horizon appears distant, the dawn is closer than you realize. Remember the lilies of the field, how they neither toil nor spin, yet are clothed with beauty beyond compare. Trust that I will provide for you in perfect timing. Do not hasten the process with impatience or despair. Instead, open your heart to me with a spirit of expectancy and awe, knowing that my plans are far more magnificent than any you have dared to dream. Beloved, let this truth settle in you. In the silence of waiting, my love is louder than any storm. Let this truth be your anchor in the restless seas. Will you surrender your timetable to my divine rhythm? Will you allow your heart to rest in my unwavering affection, even when the way ahead is shrouded in mystery? If your heart is stirring, do not turn away, but come closer and lean into the quiet, knowing I am with you always, preparing you for the next beautiful chapter. My beloved, I have witnessed the silent battles raging within your heart, the quiet storms of doubt and fear that seem to cage your spirit. Like a tree rooted in rocky soil, your confidence struggles to find its grip. And yet, I am here, steadfast, unmovable, the eternal ground beneath your feet. Your trembling questions are not lost on me. They are echoes I cherish as I see the depth of your longing for reassurance. You ask yourself, if I truly see you, if I'm listening, if the light you seek will ever pierce the encroaching shadows. Know this, child, you are neither unseen nor unheard. My eyes trace every tear that threatens to spill, my hand steady every trembling resolve. Fear often masquerades as a formidable wall, blocking your path and whispering lies about your worth and your future. But remember, even in the darkest night, stars remain steadfast, their light unyielding. Your fears, though loud and fierce, cannot extinguish the flame I have kindled within you. This light is not yours alone. It connects you with me and with all creation. When anxiety rises like a tempest, do not retreat into solitude, but reach for the solace I offer. Lean into the quiet moments, the sacred pauses in your daily rush, and there you will find me waiting, gentle, patient, unwavering. I know the pressure mounts when the road seems uncertain and the voices of the world clamor to drown my whispered promises. Doubt is part of your journey, a shadow that tests your resolve but does not define your destination. I have placed within you an unquenchable spark, a divine seed that grows through every trial and question. Just as the potter shapes clay through repeated touches and gentle pressure, I am working within you, molding your heart with love and precision. When you feel lost or alone in your uncertainty, trust that my hand is guiding you even when you cannot see the path ahead. Fear and anxiety seek to rob you of peace, to chain your spirit with invisible bonds. Yet, my dear, I breathe life into your fears, transforming them into opportunities for faith. Each moment you surrender your worries to me, you affirm that my strength is made perfect in your weakness. Like a shepherd calling a stray lamb back to the fold, I beckon you to trust me beyond what your eyes can perceive. Has not the night always given way to dawn? Have I not brought renewal from the ashes of despair, time and time again? You are not alone in your struggle. Your heart's cry reaches me, and I respond with tender care. Fear sometimes whispers that you are destined to fail, but I have written your name upon the tapestry of eternity with purpose and love. Your doubts are but passing clouds moving across the endless sky of my promises. When the storms roar fiercely, remember that I have calmed seas before, and that my peace surpasses all understanding. I am the anchor for your soul, firmly rooted and sure. Cling to me when your thoughts threaten to overwhelm you. Let your heart find rest in my presence, where all fear is disarmed and every anxious thought fades under the weight of my eternal love. My dear child, the fear and uncertainty you wrestle with are known to me, and I hold you close in the midst of it all. I am not distant or detached. I am present and near, your refuge and strength. Your vulnerability is not shameful. It is the doorway through which my healing flows. Allow yourself to be carried gently on my wings when your courage falters. I do not ask for perfect faith, but for your willingness to come as you are, with all your doubts and fears laid bare before me. Each hesitant step you take toward me is a victory, and I rejoice over you with a love that never ceases. In times of anxiety, when your heart races with worry and your mind spins with what-ifs, breathe deeply of my spirit. Let my peace, a tranquility not based on circumstances, saturate your soul. Know that my plans for you are woven with hope and future, even when the present feels uncertain and fragile. The seasons of waiting and wrestling are part of your growth, the forging of character and resilience. Do not despise the days of small beginnings or quiet struggles. These are the fertile soil from which your faith will bloom strong and radiant. Remember, beloved, that fear is often a disguise for a deeper need for trust and surrender. It is in surrender that you discover the fullness of my power made perfect in your weakness. When doubt tugs at your spirit, turn your eyes upward and anchor your hope in me. My love for you is steadfast and unchanging, a fortress no storm can shake. Let this truth settle in your heart as a balm for every anxious thought. You are held. You are known. You are cherished beyond measure. Will you believe me now when I say that the fears that trouble you can be transformed into stepping stones toward a stronger, deeper faith? Will you allow me to guide your trembling hands as you build a life rooted in trust and peace? I am here, always here, waiting for you to lean into my embrace. Let your heart rest in the certainty of my love, for nothing can separate you from the abiding presence I offer. The journey through fear is not one you walk alone. I am beside you, within you, and before you every step of the way. Let my whispers calm your restless soul, and together we will rise above the turmoil into a place of quiet strength and radiant hope. My dear, I come to you now to unveil a truth that often lies hidden deep within your restless heart. The longing for intimacy, the aching desire to truly belong. You were fashioned from the breath of my very spirit, knit together with intention and overflowing love. Yet, I know how the noise of the world, the broken whispers of those around you, and the shadows of your own doubts create a veil that can seem impenetrable. You feel unseen, disconnected, and far too often like a wandering soul on a path without feet firmly planted. But hear me clearly. Your place is not among the strangers, nor in the arms of fleeting shadows. You belong intimately to me, and through this belonging, you find unshakable peace. Imagine a garden, my beloved. Within this sanctified space, each flower is known intimately by the gardener who planted it. The gardener knows each petal's fold, each root's thirst, and guards it fiercely against the storms that rage outside the garden's boundary. This garden is your soul, and I am the gardener. When storms howl, when the earth beneath your feet trembles, remember I am present, tenderly tending to every unspoken pain, every silent plea. Intimacy with me is not a distant ideal or a gift reserved for the holy few. It is the very essence of your being, waiting patiently to be awakened and nurtured. No mask is too heavy, no broken past too tainted, no silence too long for me to draw you near into this sacred garden. Beloved, the yearning you feel is a holy invitation, a divine beckoning to lay down the burdens that weigh you down, to peel back the layers you hide behind. Do not be afraid to come as you are, raw and real, for in my presence, your true self is not only accepted, but cherished beyond all measure. I see the parts of you you hide even from yourself, the fears that make your heart race in the night, the tears unshed, the dreams abandoned. Bring them to me. Let their weight fall into my hands, and you will find a quiet strength that the world cannot comprehend. Intimacy with me is woven with listening and knowing, with silence and surrender. It is not always loud or dramatic. Often it is the whisper beneath your breath when you think you are alone, the stillness that calms the tempest within, the gentle pulse of my love, beating in rhythm with your own. Let this rhythm draw you closer, my child. Let it become the foundation on which your spirit finds solace. When you awake from sleep, think of this rhythm. When your steps falter, remember you are never walking alone. This divine closeness, this belonging, is your truest home. I'm your refuge when you feel abandoned, your warmth when the chill of loneliness seeps in, your strength when weakness seems to overwhelm. The intimacy I offer is not conditional on your performance or your perfection. It blossoms simply because you are my beloved creation. Do not mistake absence for rejection, silence for indifference. I am with you in every breath, present in every moment, even when you cannot sense me. My love is the constant anchor that steadies you in the storms of isolation. Trust this truth deeply. Let it seep into the furthest corners of your heart. You are not, and have never been, an orphan wandering without home. You are the child whom I delight in holding close, the one for whom my heart beats with endless passion. The longing for belonging that gnaws at your soul is a sacred call to commune with me. To remember that your identity is found in my unending embrace rather than the fleeting acceptance of man. Draw near, beloved. Risk the vulnerability of surrender, and you will discover a closeness so profound it will rewrite the loneliness etched into your history. Beloved, I hear your silent cries. I see the nights you cradle your sorrow and whisper unanswered prayers into the dark. Know this, your voice is precious to me, and your heart's yearning is a melody I cherish. Let this truth settle in you. You have never been unseen, unheard, or unloved. Every step you take toward intimacy with me draws you more fully into the fullness of life, the one I have promised and prepared for you. Open your heart wider. Speak your longing aloud. In your transparency, you move closer to the sacred bond that transforms loneliness into profound communion. Will you trust me enough to lean into this divine intimacy, to allow my presence to permeate every fiber of your being? It is not a distant dream, but a present reality waiting to unfold in your life. I invite you to step through the veil of doubt and disbelief into the radiant openness of my love. Here is where your soul finds belonging. Here you are known, cherished, and held completely. Let this invitation be more than words. Let it be the turning point of your spirit's journey. Do not shy away, dear child. Do not settle for fragments or shadows of connection when the fullness of my presence and intimate love awaits you. Come near and be transformed, for in my closeness, fears dissolve, wounds heal, and your heart is restored to its true home, safe, loved, and unbreakable. Your belonging is not a future hope. It is your present inheritance. Let this reality anchor your soul and mold your life. As you reflect on this truth, draw close and speak freely to me. Share the tenderness of your hidden places, the ache of your longing, the whisper of your hope. You belong to me, and I belong to you. I am here, quietly, patiently, with open arms, waiting. Will you enter into this most sacred relationship today? Will you allow my love to draw you into the garden where your soul can flourish in belonging? My dear, take this step toward intimacy, for in it you find your true self, the wholeness you seek, and the everlasting peace of my embrace. My beloved, I come to you now with a heart ready to soothe the ache that dwells when you feel lost, abandoned, or unseen. These moments of isolation wrapped in shadows and silent tears can weigh heavily on your spirit. I see you in the solitude, even when the world turns away, when voices you once trusted fall into silence, and when your own heart questions its worth and place. You are not invisible to me. I am with you, always with you, and my gaze rests tenderly upon your weary soul. Consider the vastness of the night sky, how the stars shine brightly even in the darkest hours, unseen by the world from some places, yet faithful in their light. So am I to you. When you feel lost, as if wandering in a labyrinth with no clear path, know that my light is steady and unwavering. It guides the steps of even the faintest traveler. Though your path may twist and turn through thick forests of confusion, the lantern I carry does not flicker or falter. Follow that light, my dear child, even when your eyes grow heavy with doubt and your spirit longs for direction. There's a sacredness in your searching, in your restless journey through valleys of uncertainty. I have woven purpose into even the moments you feel most forsaken. These times are not void. They are fertile ground where seed of faith can take root. Though the earth beneath may seem barren, my hand tills the soil of your heart tenderly, preparing it for new growth. Let this truth settle in you. Your seeming abandonment is the drawing out of trust that will one day bloom into the sweetest fruit, unforeseen and glorious. My presence does not depend on your awareness of me, nor does my love rely on your performance or understanding. I am constant, unshaken by your fears or the silence that sometimes stretches between us. Even in the shadows of feeling unseen, I am closer than your very breath, enfolding you in a warmth no one else can offer. When loneliness broadcasts its loudest call, come to me, do not turn away. Lay down your burden in the secret place where only my heart can touch it. I am the refuge for every soul who longs to be known and treasured beyond measure. There is a gentle strength in admitting your vulnerability, allowing your true emotions to surface without shame or hesitation. I meet you there, exactly where you are, without judgment or impatience. Your tears are precious to me, each a bead of sacred sorrow and hope combined. As rivers carve canyons over time, so do these moments shape the depth and resilience of your spirit. Trust that I am crafting a new landscape in your life, one that honors the journey through darkness toward dawn. You are never truly alone, even when human companionship falters or fails. My angels encamp around you, invisible sentinels for your protection and comfort. I whisper into the winds of your heart, reminding you of the sacred story that only you and I share. Though the world may seem deaf to your prayers, I am always listening, my ear bent low to catch the faintest whisper from your soul. Let the silence between us not confuse you. It is often in silence that profound intimacy and transformation occur. My dear, the way you feel unseen holds a divine invitation to know me more deeply, to rest in my embracing presence beyond performance or outward recognition. In this sacred stillness, your true worth is revealed, not by what you do or how you appear, but by who you are created to be. You bear my image, a reflection of my glory, and that identity remains radiant even when hidden from earthly eyes. I cherish you beyond comprehension, and no shadow can diminish the light I have placed within you. There are times when the noise of the world drowns out the gentlest whisper of my voice, and you may doubt your significance or your place in my heart. Remember that I crafted the stars with infinite care. How much more do I cherish you, my dear child? Your name is engraved on the palms of my hands. Your sighs are recorded in the chambers of my heart. You are the beloved one, sewn into the very fabric of my desire. Will you believe me this time when I whisper that you are seen fully and forever? No one else can fill the sacred space meant for me in your life. When you feel unseen by others, remember that my love is neither dependent on human affirmation nor diminished by absence. I am your constant companion, the safe harbor in every storm, the quiet reassurance amid confusion. Open your heart to receive my embrace today. Lay aside the weight of invisibility by coming to me with honesty and surrender. Allow my spirit to restore your vision and renew your soul, so that you may walk forward, not as one lost, but as one found and beloved. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away from this gentle invitation. Let me shine light into the darkest corners where loneliness hides, and let my love be the balm that heals the hurt of feeling forgotten. You belong to me forever, held in the arms of my unyielding grace. Come now and rest in my presence, where you are forever seen, forever treasured, and forever loved. Do not hesitate to lean into this truth, my beloved. It is the foundation upon which your life is built, the anchor that will never break. May your heart take courage and receive the fullness of my love as you walk forward, knowing you are never out of my sight, never out of my care, and endlessly beloved. My beloved, I am here again, as I have always been, waiting patiently to remind you of who you truly are in me, a child wonderfully crafted, known intimately by the one who named the stars and counted each hair on your head. There is no shadow in my presence, no fear that I cannot embrace and transform into light. You do not walk this path alone. Every step you take is marked by my unwavering love and an eternal invitation to rest in the certainty of my care. You might have wandered through seasons when you felt dry and distant, like a solitary leaf caught in a harsh wind, without a tree to call home. Yet even in those times, you were held. I was the gentle whisper at dawn, the quiet stream under the moon's watchful gaze, the unseen hands that guided your trembling feet. Your worth is not defined by moments of weakness. It is written in the everlasting covenant, sealed by my heartbeat for you. My dear child, your value is anchored in my unchanging nature, not in the fleeting approval of the world, nor the shadows of your own doubts. Embrace this truth deeply. You belong, not as an afterthought, not as a burden, but as a treasured portion of my creation, the masterpiece I have longed to reveal to the universe. The universe bows in silent wonder at the intimate knowledge I have of you, at the beauty birthed in your soul. You are my reflection walking on this earth, clothed in dignity and purpose, destined to shine amidst the darkness. Even the stars in my heavens twinkle with the brilliance I placed in you. For I declare you to be radiant, worthy, seen beyond measure. When trials come, and they will, remember that they are only brushstrokes in the grand portrait I am painting with your life. Together, with my spirit weaving, no wound is too deep, no sorrow too overwhelming to overcome. The broken pieces in your story are the very fragments I gather with infinite tenderness, shaping new beauty and strength. Trust this process, beloved, as I am the God who makes all things new, who resurrects hope from despair. Your calling is not hidden. It is alive, pulsing with my power, waiting for you to reach toward it with steadfast faith. My protection surrounds you like an impenetrable fortress, yet my invitation is to come freely, to cast off burdens such as fear and shame at the gates of my grace. Here lies your true rest and your eternal home. You need not earn my love, it's the unshakable foundation beneath your every quake. When you stumble, as you will, I'm your Redeemer stepping in to lift, to heal, and to make you whole. I rejoice over your steps toward me, however small, for every movement matters and reflects your heart's desire to be close. Let this settling truth permeate your spirit. You are chosen, precious, and deeply loved. In the quiet moments when silence whispers doubts, clutch this promise tightly. You are never forgotten, never abandoned. My eyes are always upon you, beholding you with patience beyond human comprehension. I am proud of your resilience. I am moved by your hunger for more of me. I am inviting you now to abide in my presence, to open your heart wide, to receive the fullness of my love that will sustain you beyond what you can imagine. Come away with me, my dear child. Let go of striving to prove your worth, and instead rest in the reality that you are already beloved beyond measure. Your life is a sacred melody in the symphony of my kingdom, each note echoing my intent for compassion, joy, and victory. You are not alone in your struggles or your dreams. I walk beside you, a constant companion and eternal friend. Do not shrink back from step into the destiny I have prepared for you, because I have equipped you with strength and courage that transcend all understanding. Now hold this in your heart. You are my champion, my delight, my masterpiece in the making. No power in heaven or earth can separate you from the love that I freely give. Your identity is eternally secure in me, not based on what you've done or what you've endured, but because I have set my name upon you and called you mine. Rise, beloved, and walk in this liberating truth. I am with you. My love enfolds you like the dawn breaking over the darkest night. Will you stand with me today, embracing fully the inheritance of my love and purpose? Will you trust that every moment, every breath is a testimony to my grace working mightily in your life? If your heart is stirring, do not withhold your hope or your faith. Let this be the hour you choose to believe in the fullness of me, your God who delights to restore, to bless, and to lead you into the fullness of eternal joy. Amen. If this word has touched your soul, save it to return to when you need strength. Share it with another heart who longs for assurance and love, so they too may feel the embrace of my presence. I am here, always ready to meet you where you are.